Hi friends, welcome or welcome back. I'm MC and I am losing control of the plan. If you've been around these parts before, you will know that I have made a plan for myself for the end of the year to hopefully accomplish having no active WIPS or works in progress before the end of the year. If you're new here and this is your first video, welcome to my chaos. A few weeks ago, I sat down and I had a, I won't say well-formed plan. I kind of made a plan with you about what I wanted to work on before the end of the year, what I had remaining, what I still needed to do, what I was going to accomplish to get myself to a no WIP new year. And almost immediately after I filmed that video, everything went completely off the rails. Also, by the way, I'm filming this in the moments when I have time today. Life has gotten a little wild, and so I'm sorry about the weird lighting back there. I have literally like water that I like stuck my hands into. I'm dyeing today, so I'm wearing my little dyeing uniform, so I'm very casual, but I've spilled water on myself. My shoes are all wet. Not that you can see them, but yeah, we're going casual today. Let's talk about the updated plan. So where we left off last time is that I had currently, at that time, completed 50 things. That was knitting, crocheting, spinning, weaving, and sewing throughout 2025. And I had 7 works in progress at that time, 4 knitting and 3 spinning. And I wanted to try and get all of them done. And then maybe if I could finish 3 more things, well, start and finish 3 more things before the end of the year so that I could get to 60 things. Almost immediately after I finished filming that video, everything went off the rails. And that is because I basically got a new sewing area set up, which I'm sitting at right now, and all I could think about was how much I wanted to sew. And then I visited with family for Thanksgiving, and I got some requests for things to make. I don't mind. I'm not upset about it, but it's altering the plan. So let's take a look at where we are. Let's take a look at what I finished since the last time we spoke, and then we'll take a look at what the new plan is going to be. First things first, let's get this out of the way. Accountability check. I finished weaving in the ends on this saltwater afghan, which is something that I said I wanted to do before the end of the year. This actually doesn't count as a finished object for this year because I've counted it in previous years. It has already been counted. I just found it in a bag and hadn't woven in the ends. So this is now officially completely done, and it's a cotton blanket that I think I'm gonna just be putting off to the side until warmer weather. So, but you know, I felt the need to come on here and show you that I did it. I finally did it. I finished this. I finished crocheting this in February of 2023, and I just wove in my ends. The next thing that I did is I went on a little bit of a sewing spree, and I have to dig a little bit through here. I have a massive pile next to me. So let me just empty this bag out to make it easier. I made myself, it is wrinkled because I have already been using it a ton, a little project bag, and it's so cute. Look at this cow fabric. Oh, I just love it. This was a little scrap of fabric. This is exactly how much of this cow fabric that I had. And so I decided that I wanted to try and make a project bag out of it to get the absolute most out of it. I did a little box bottom. It is lined with this same fabric that I used for the drawstring area. I did make some silly mistakes. Like I wanted this drawstring part to be taller, about double the height. Measure twice, cut once, did not happen, clearly. And then I wasn't thinking, and I only put the drawstring on one side, but you know what? It's fine. It works great. I've been loving it. I brought it with me to Thanksgiving when we traveled, and it was perfect. It's perfect. It's the perfect little sock bag. And I definitely want to make more. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. And then I decided that I wanted to make a mat, a desk mat type thing for my desk to put my keyboard on and my mouse and stuff. And so I pulled out some fabric and made a little quilted reversible mat. I did like kind of straight but wonky lines, if that makes sense. Like they're straight lines, but they're not parallel. They're a little bit funky. And then on the other side is this blue that has a little bit of texture to it. And basically, honestly, I didn't even measure this. I have no idea how big this is. This is the amount of blue fabric that I had. And I laid it on my desk and I said, that looks like a fine size. And then I cut this mustard fabric and a piece of batting to be the same size of the blue. And I like squared off the edges to make sure that everything was straight. And then I quilted it. I followed a tutorial from Susie Quilts. Oh, by the way, this I just made up. I like looked at a bag that I own already and like refreshed my memory on how to make a lined bag, and I just kind of did it. Also did not measure anything. I used my cow fabric as a template to cut out the other fabric. That's it. Then same deal with this. No real measuring. I followed a Susie Quilts tutorial, free pattern thing on their blog, but like you don't really need it. I mean, it's helpful. Like it's not, there is value in it, but if you know how to make a flat thing, you don't really need the tutorial, but I will link it anyway. And yeah, so that's that. It's wrinkled. I need to iron it and get some of my marking pen and stuff off of it. But so that is 2 things finished. So now we're at 52, right? We're at 52. Then I came home from Thanksgiving and finally finished the beast. The biggest thing I potentially have ever made. I'm gonna have to back up like a lot, and I don't think I can even get it into the frame. It's so big. I measured it. It is about 40 inches by 70 inches. So this is my Moana blanket. I finished it. I managed to squeeze out every last inch of this yarn. I don't know if you'll be able to really see. Probably not. I used up my yarn with about, I think I had 9 stitches left to finish my I-cord bind off. And so I tinked back a little bit and I went down a few needle sizes. I meant to go down 2 needle sizes, but I accidentally went down 3. So it's quite a drastic difference, but whatever. And I finished my bind off at that tighter gauge. So really it's only like this much at the end has a tighter gauge for the I-cord, but you know what? It's fine. It's gonna be fine. I didn't want to introduce a little scrap of yarn for the very, very end of it. So this is done. It has brought me so much joy. I'm not gonna try and fold it up nicely now. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it on my lap because it's nice and toasty. It has brought me so much joy, and I really, 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 really want to work on another blanket, but I'm gonna try not to. yet. So that is, we were at 50. We have 2 sewing projects, that's 52, and this is 53. Now, one other thing that I remembered / found / realized is that earlier in the year, I sewed a cover for my, I just hit my hair, my little heating pad thing. You can like microwave it. It's I did like a pillowcase kind of thing. Does this count? Do we count this? Are we at 54 now? Are we at 54? Let me know what you think. I'm gonna say we're at 54. I'm gonna say we're at 54. So where am I on the other things? Almost nowhere. With the exception of one of the projects. I am almost done with my socks. So I finished one sock while we were away on vacation for Thanksgiving, and then I have been working away on the other sock, and I have barely anything left to do on it. I think I have like 2 stripes and then the toe to do, and both of these still need heels. So that's it. That is it. I have not touched a single one of my spinning or other knitting projects. So here is my plan. I had some of you making really good suggestions for like using a randomizer to figure out what I was gonna work on, like pulling things out of a drawer or a jar, what am I saying? Or like switching projects every hour or something so that I get through things. All different kinds of suggestions, and they were all fantastic. And I had my friend Bree suggested to go full Natalie and make a very detailed plan. And if you are familiar with Natalie of Knitty Natty, she is famous for making very detailed plans to get through her projects. Like today's plan is to do the heel on this and make 2 granny squares and I don't know, 1 inch on this sweater or something like that, and like writes it all down, and so then everything can be checked off. And I thought it was hilarious that Bree suggested that. And so I'm going to go like half Natalie. I can't go full Natalie. While I respect it, I will not be able to do it, because as soon as I like tell myself what I need to do each day, I immediately will want to do something else. So I'm gonna give myself some guidelines and direction, but still allow some flexibility in there. So the plan is to finish my socks. That's gonna be my first goal and kind of like hard and fast rule. I'm gonna finish my socks. These I should be able to finish honestly today. I don't know how much knitting time I'm gonna have left today, but like it shouldn't be that hard. So I'm gonna finish these socks and not touch any other knitting projects until they are done. Then my next plan is to work on my second ab sweatshirt, which I still have not touched in a while. I want this to become my next priority. Again, that doesn't mean I'm not going to work on other things. I'm gonna leave myself some wiggle room, but I want this to be my next priority because I do think that once I get going on it, it's going to go quickly. So this will be what I like bring with me to knit night, work on if I have any downtime around the house or anything like that. That is priority number 1 after the socks. So priority number 2. Then after this is, I don't know, it might be done, it might not be done, but my next priority is to work on my stadium crew, which is a design that I'm working on. And this is not something that like really needs to be done faster than anything else. I mean, you know, we're trying to get these all done before the end of the year, so they all kind of have a timeline. But I think in my head, I initially thought that I would love to wear this to my trunk show that I have next weekend, because it's made out of some of the yarn from the new collection that will be at the trunk show. But I'm realizing it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So the plan is to work on this at the trunk show. So then I can show people what it's looking like as it works up. I can talk to them about my new design. And I've kind of like given myself a purpose for this without stressing myself out, trying to get it done, and without like that feeling of like guilt because I failed at a plan that I made up in my head, you know? So this is going to be worked on at the trunk show, and then I don't know, we'll see. We'll see where I am with my second half sweatshirt. I don't know. We'll see. But that is the plan for those two. Then I'm going to try to spin for 30 minutes a day, every day. I hope. I don't know if it's going to happen tonight. Today has a lot of things that need to be done. So I don't know if the spinning is going to happen tonight, but maybe starting tomorrow, we're going to try and spin for 30 minutes a day, and then maybe on weekend days, an hour. We'll see. At least 30 minutes a day. And then I think that will help me get some things done in terms of spinning, and it'll give me a little break from my other stuff. Now, the additions to our projects. So, okay, hang on. If we're at 54 completed projects, right? Socks would be 55. Second half sweatshirt would be 56. Stadium crew would be 57. I still have 3 spinning projects, so that would be 58, 59, 60. We're getting there. But, so a couple things have happened. One, my sister-in-law requested that I make a baby balaclava for my nephew, and I think I can get it done because baby's heads aren't that big. I think I can make it happen, and I would like to try to make it happen. I think I could probably get it done in a day if I wanted to, like spend a day knitting on just that. So maybe one like weekend day that could be fun. We can have like a movie marathon or like watch football or something, and I'll just work away on that. If you have any patterns for baby balaclavas that you would like to share with me, wow, the sun went away. I just noticed that. Let me know. I don't knit much baby stuff. So she wants one that has 2 pom-poms like on either side here. Also, where do you get pom-poms from? I'm not a pom-pom person, so I don't want to make them. I want them to be ones that can like snap on and off or something, so she can wash it easily. So let me know. Let me know all of those things. And then also, my niece has on her Christmas wish list this like tool where basically you can like, it has a handle, and then you can, for little kids that are playing card games, because it's hard for them to hold the cards fanned out like that, you can stick the cards into it. And I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, I just found a sewing pattern for something that is kind of similar. It's not something you hold, it's something that stands up onto the table and you can stick your cards in it. And I feel like I have something on my face, sorry. I was thinking about making that for some family members, but now that it's on a list, well, I have to make it. So I am going to try to make as many of those as I possibly can. So I want to make at least 4 for my niece and her family. There are 4 of them. And I want to make that Christmas wish come true. However, if I could make 4 for each other family in the family, if that makes sense, that would be fantastic. So ideally, I would like to make 16 before Christmas. They're small. It shouldn't be hard. And so I think what I'll try and do is make like one to really familiarize myself with the pattern. And then I'll see if I can like batch make them and like do all the cutting at once and then do all the like pressing at once, that kind of thing. We'll see. So where are we? We had 54. If I finish all my spinning projects, we're at 60. The baby balaclava is 61. And then 16. The pattern is called Card Kitty. So 16 of those, we're at 77. 77. And then I was thinking, Joe is going to be traveling for a weekend before Christmas, and I really want to make him a hat. And I was also thinking I might try to make us some new stockings, because ours are just kind of like, we did pick them out together, but they're just kind of like whatever the store had. And I thought it would be really cute. I found a free stocking pattern, and I thought it would be cute to like surprise him when he came home to have them sitting on the mantle. So with those three things, that brings us to 80. So I currently have 54 projects completed, and I have a plan to get to 80. It's already December. This is the first time I've said any of this out loud. Oh my gosh, I just remembered that I wanted to make some little bookmarks for my book club. So that would be 5 more things. Is this now a no WIP new year, or a how many things can I finish before the end of the year? Do I change my challenge? Do I care? Do I care? I don't think I care, to be honest. I think it's fun to give myself little challenges and to see if I can do things and to make you all laugh at me while I do them. So I think if I fail at bringing WIPS into the new year, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't bother me that much. I still kind of want to try to see. I want to finish as many things as I can before the end of the year, but I also want to try to not have any WIPS by Christmas. How about this? How about this? No knitting WIPS by Christmas. No knitting WIPS by Christmas. So Christmas Eve, I will cast on a new blanket, and I will work on it between Christmas and New Year. No knitting WIPS. Yes. You heard it first. That's our new plan. No knitting WIPS by Christmas, and then finish as much as I possibly can, as many things as I can before the end of the year. It's going to be a sewing bonanza. It's going to be a knitting bonanza. And then the spinning is going to happen in there too at some point. I was thinking about trying to film some videos and do challenges and stuff. for this, but also I tend to like not enjoy filming so much around this time of year because I really just want to like be with myself and enjoy this season. So we'll see if I do any of that. I also have so many videos pre-planned already that like I feel like if I filmed something for this challenge, you wouldn't see it until next year because of all the stuff I have planned between now and then. That just seems silly. But let me know if you don't care. Would you want to see a video from this challenge even if it comes out like 3 weeks after the fact and you already know what I've done and finished and all that kind of stuff? Would you still want to see the video? Let me know. And then I don't mind making it. It just feels funny timing wise. Anyway, okay. This was fun. Thank you for chatting with me again. It's always good to talk it out with a friend and get the plans going. Send me all the good vibes. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know if you're deciding to challenge yourself in any way. A lot of you did last time. You let me know what types of challenges you're trying to do before the end of the year, and I love it. Please keep it coming. And until next time, take care of you, and I will see you later. Bye.